Hi guys, Gianna's Fawn, letting your light shine. Thank you all so much. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, truly. Your comments, your likes, your subscribes, you guys are motivating me to continue moving forward, to share my story so that I can help one person, if not many, many more, okay, with my story and being transparent with the journey that I was on and what I endured being married to a narcissist. So today I wanted to talk about text messaging and how a narcissist and their text messages are pretty much like a sandwich, okay? They find a reason to text you, okay? Any reason at all. Hey, did you want me to stop at the grocery store and pick up groceries, okay? Followed by, well, I can't believe that you didn't go to the grocery store yesterday because now I'm having to go. Shame on you. And oh, by the way, since you're at the conference today, have a great time. So it's like the reason to call you or text you, the manipulation, the dig in the middle, followed by the, oh, hope you have a great time. So if you really focus on the narcissist and the text messages that you receive from him or her, really focus on that because you'll see the beginning, the middle, and the end. And the middle is always a dig, a jab, something to piss you off, okay? And what happens is we focus on that middle portion instead of looking at the text message in totality and seeing that there's a beginning, a middle, and an end, okay? Because the narcissist always has a plan. So I fortunately I'm so grateful that I was able to just go delete, because when I kicked the narcissist out, I sideswiped that damn sucker so quickly, and I didn't want any memory of him or his nasty text messages at all. I didn't want to see them. I didn't want to hear the voice texting that he did. I didn't want to hear any of it. So I deleted every one of them. For purposes of my videos, I kind of wish I would have hung on to them just so I can share them with you guys. But you know what? That's neither here nor there, okay? But I wanted to talk to you, if you really, really think about how a narcissist text messages, they don't just do the quick, how's your day? It's not that. It's book, it's page, it's like scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And I mean, it got to the point where I would never read the text messages from this man, ever. I just wouldn't. And at the beginning, in the very beginning, I found myself responding to his text messages. And I'd be like, oh, no. Like, that is not what's going on. This is what's really happening here. And so I would try to defend what was going on to show him that his truth was not reality. It was his truth, but it wasn't the factual truth. And I wasted so much time bantering back and forth with this man through text messages. Please don't do that, you guys. Please save yourself the headache. Give yourself some grace to just walk away and just go, you know what? I'm not responding to that, okay? But I do know that by not responding, guess what? You're going to play hell. Because if you don't respond, what does the narcissist then do? The narcissist will then find more reasons to text you. Are you okay? I'm worried about you. I mean, showing all this care and concern, when in reality, they're just trying to figure out where the hell you are at and what you're doing, because they don't have control over you. So when we go silent and don't respond, that drives the narcissist absolutely batshit crazy. So if you're finding yourself in the position where you are constantly going back and forth and you're responding to every demand and every, you feel like you have to defend what they're saying to you, about your friends, your family, about anything to do with anything, because, a narcissist just has to be right about everything, right, fighters, okay? Don't do it. Short answers are great. And if you don't respond, they're going to say something else to try and bait you. Okay. And then when you respond, then you start the rabbit hole crap of going down this rabbit hole of never getting out, because it's going to be an endless conversation about how you're so wrong and they're right, and you don't see their point of view, and you don't value their opinion, and blah, 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 blah. you guys, it's not you. You're not crazy. And you know, it's funny to me looking back how much the narcissist would text me, and it was so crazy. And I always said, you know, a lot of times people like to say things behind a computer screen because they are such a bully. It gives them more power. Same with a narcissist in text messaging. Okay, would they say the same thing in person in front of you that they would text you? With a narcissist, probably. Okay, but what I found is that the bullying and the manipulation and the gaslighting was extremely apparent in text messages. That is when it got worse and worse and worse. And I don't know if Androids do this, but iPhones, it's like if it's super long, it then gives you an arrow and then you have this whole other page that you can read. I would get those constantly, and I would just look at these and go, oh my gosh, there's no way I'm reading this. There's absolutely no way, because I knew that everything in that was untruthful. I knew that it was going to be complete bullying and manipulation, and I just didn't want a part of it. Okay, so it took me a long time. It took me about, I don't know, four and a half years out of the 6 years to realize that when I was responding to these text messages from the narcissist, it was doing me absolutely no good, but wasting my energy. Okay, I could have given that time and energy to one of my friends who maybe needed a pick-me-up that day. Okay, that would have been better time spent with my energy instead of going back and forth with the narcissist in text messages. And I'm going to tell you, the second you respond to them in a text message, guess what? Boom, they're right on it, man. It's like they're waiting for those bubbles to stop because they know that you're writing them back, and they cannot wait to respond. They don't read what you have to say to them anyway. So if you are texting with a narcissist, stop. Just keep it as minimal as you can, okay? Do not let him or her bait you, because they will try anything to get you to, continue to respond, because what are you doing? You are giving them their supply that they so desperately need. Good, bad, or indifferent, they don't care what kind of things you're saying, but they know at that moment you are focusing on them because you're responding. Whereas if you didn't do that, and I learned the hard way, and this is why I'm sharing this with you guys, because I really want you to hear how I wasted hours upon hours upon hours and so much energy, which completely explains why I was so drained during the entire relationship, because I was giving and giving and giving, and it was nothing coming back. It was just attack mode. So there was no level playing field. There never is with a narcissist, never. So if you find yourself getting into this back and forth, just stop. One word answers are great. Hey, I need to go to the grocery store. Do we need something? Yeah, pick up a sack of potatoes and, some fruit. Real simple. Thank you. All right. But then the narcissist will write you back and go, well, what kind of fruit do you want? You weren't specific enough. And which reminds me, oh my gosh, as I talk about stuff, things come to me. So, not trying to go subject to subject, but I would do things like he'd say, well, I'm going to go to the grocery store. What do we need? And I would write down, what we need: eggs, milk, bread, whatever, the typical stuff. Well, it wouldn't end with that, you guys. Wouldn't end with that. It would be like, okay, well, what kind of bread? What kind of milk? What size of milk? Like, it was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Just freaking get milk and fruit. I don't care what kind of fruit, whatever's on sale. Doesn't matter. Just whatever. I don't care. But it was like, nope, it wasn't on the list. Nope, you didn't tell me this. Well, I don't know what kind of fruit you want. It wasn't on the list. So he would come home with no fruit. And I'm sitting here going, oh my gosh, common sense means just get whatever the hell is on sale or you think that I would like. You know what I like, what I don't like. But it was just this constant back and forth. So yeah, lists were a huge thing. I mean, this man, oh my gosh, he would want a list for everything. Write it down, write it down, write it down, as if I was in friggin' second grade. And I'm just like, if I go to the grocery store for somebody, one of my friends, whomever, someone that I care about, I know what they love. I know what they like. I know what they don't like. So I'm just going to pick up stuff and go, here you go. Help yourself. But with a narcissist, it has to be so nitpicky with them that they want every damn detail. And if you don't conform to how they demand you to be, guess what? They're not going to be happy, and you're going to get the wrath of their bullshit behavior. It's terrible. It is absolutely terrible. So back to text messaging. Oh, and that's the thing too. Okay, so with the list, he would then go to the store, for example, and he would text me incessantly from the store going, well, this wasn't on the list. What do you want? And he would take pictures. And then if I didn't answer, oh my gosh, maybe because I was working and I was talking to a client, maybe I couldn't respond to your text message. Then he would start blowing up my phone. Knowing that I was on a phone call, he would call me back to back to back to back and over again. And you guys know that when you're on a phone call and somebody's beeping in and it's consistent and it's constant, that's irritating as hell. And he knew that I was working when all of this would go on. So it was just, it's all about me. It's all about me. It's all about me. So don't waste your time text messaging these people. Just don't. The less you communicate with a narcissist, the better it is for you and your family, your children. I know it is hard, but try and just really give it as little attention as you can and just respond to the very necessary things. You're going to save yourself so much heartache and so much stress. Okay? All right, guys. I'll be back shortly. Okay? Love and light to all of you. Thank you.